is going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi. Welcome to a brand new episode of On the Brain. Sorry, it's been a minute since the last recording. A lot has been happening. So I got my homeboy with me from Who They Want Entertainment LLC. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's good, people? This is DJ Steady. Are you ready? Also known as the Late Night Teddy. Ladies, do you hear me? I am here in the building with my bro, Elder Tenchi.
And I figured, you know what? Since we're talking on the brain, straight up nerdy topics, let's drop some science every once in a while. There's been some crazy stuff going on in the news.
Okay.
And sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Am I right?
You are absolutely right, my brother.
Well, that article that you just sent me before we got on here had me thinking, okay, we gotta talk about this. So
Okay.
so in the past few months, I've heard everything from their accidentally bringing pigs back to life, right?
Okay.
To using um using pig skin to basically develop artificial corneas for your eye to cure blindness. And then you have something like this. Scientists plan scientists plan resurrection of an animal that has been extinct since 1936. Explain this. Oh, the Tasmanian tiger. The
Right.
Tasmanian tiger may live once again. Scientists want to resurrect the striped marsupial. So it used to roam the Australian bush. Okay, so number one, what you think about this, bro? You sent this to me. I'm still in shock. What do you think?
I'm in shock myself. Like this is like all the years of watching all the Jurassic Park series, and then you get a news report of like, we're gonna bring back an extinct animal. And then it's not even an animal you look forward to bringing it back. It's a Tasmanian tiger who's like he said, a marsupial of the Australian nature. Like, why would we want to bring that back? I wasn't even around in 1936 to know what it did. I don't think I want to know what it's going to do in 2022. No, stop doing this. Stop trying to play God. Stop trying to play this absolute Frankenstein of a doctor and bring these things back. No, don't do that. Let it stay dead. It's been dead for hundreds of years. Let it continue to stay dead. It's my thought.
I was saying the same thing when I was hearing that people wanted to bring back the woolly mammoth. They found remains of a woolly mammoth recently, and
Right.
they're trying to bring that back. Okay, and we know that that's for scientific study. They want to learn about the evolution and everything. However, and while I do feel sad that these things have been extinct, whether it be by their own doing or by human hands, by human intervention, which let's be clear, we're killing everything in this world. I mean, they ain't really nothing. I don't think we haven't touched. But
Mm.
this particular animal from Australia, from my understanding, there's a lot in Australia that's dangerous. Depending on where you go, there's a lot of things in there that would be dangerous. Bringing something that was extinct years ago, like a century ago, geez, um, into a into a brand new environment. How do you think that's gonna go? I,
The
for,
same way Jurassic World went, they just gonna start taking over. Like, it's gonna backfire in some strange way because we have the primitive nature to feel like we can domesticate anything we create, right? But you don't know temporary, like when you start tempering, like that movie Deep Blue Sea, like when that lady started messing with the shark's mind and
mhm,
made like an intelligent genetic shark. Like,
yep.
stop trying to tamper with stuff that don't need to be tampered with. If it's been extinct for this long, bringing it back to see what it's gonna do. Is it gonna procreate? Is it gonna redevelop? Stop. Leave it alone.
Something tells me that if they were to do this, because we have forcibly uh we have forcibly crossbred with with like one animal with with another animal, like the liger, for example,
My
right?
favorite.
And while that was while that was great to see, like I remember actually seeing first time ever seeing a liger was on was on TV. Believe it or not, that was on MTV Super Sweet 16. They had a kid riding into his birthday party with a liger. And I did not know at the time those things existed, but apparently they're technically not supposed to. And when you crossbreed animals like that, there's a possibility that they may be. It's just like a horse with a donkey. Now that could happen naturally, but once a mule is born, there's something about it that's different. It's sterile, right? So
Right.
with other animals that aren't supposed to be, that aren't supposed to be crossbred, there's always a mutation or something, right? So, and I'm not saying that's what they're going to do if they bring back this Tasmanian tiger, but it seems like something that might come next. If they're like, oh, hey, we can revise this ancient this ancient extinct animal. Either people are going to come and try and poach it, or they're going to study it, crossbreed it, and then let's see what else we get. I mean,
Right. Would alternate, like, what more do you need to be the destruction of man right now? Like, with all these diseases floating around that there technically is no legal cure for, like, what more do you need? Now you need to bring animals back. Like, I feel like they playing Jumanji right now, right? Every time they roll the
oh yeah,
dice, let's just
yeah,
be real. Like, I feel like it's a Jumanji game for us, and every time they rolling this dice, they looking for how can we make the human nature world go extinct, and then send all the rich people to a whole nother planet while we just kill off the poor people that can't, get it right.
yeah. What like I understand one thing though. We have hunted a lot of animals into extinction, whether it be for profit or for sport, and I understand that they didn't deserve that. Just like humans don't deserve to get gunned down at the prime of their lives, animals don't either. You know what I'm saying? So,
Agree.
and I'm not trying to get on no like some PETA box or anything like that. I'm just saying that while we may have the ability to do it, should we?
I vote no.
I vote no. But anybody who's listening to this podcast right now, leave a review on this episode. Tell us what you think of this particular part of the particular part of the show. And if you had the ability to bring back an animal, an extinct animal, would you do it? And what kind of animal would it be? Let us know in the reviews. We are everywhere you get your podcast fixed.